Here from the Hanggang Bridge, a river crossing popular for sunset walks and city skyline vistas, illuminated at night here in Seoul, the mecca of esports South Korea. We are here today with the inaugural, the very first Korea Star League Weekly #1. I'm your host Yaku of the Zaku, and with me today is El Coreabu más grande de este lado de Gals del Sur, nuevo, Light_VIP. How we doing, Light?
What's up, Yaku? Welcome everyone, as you said, to the very first edition of the KSL, the Korean Starcraft 2 League, or Starcraft League, I should say. And it's gonna be a pretty big one. Everyone, !B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. We got a lot of big names. We're missing some names. We can get into that a little bit later. But we do have one of our own boys here that we peer pressured to play.
Hell yeah. Feels good. He had to stay up all night for this. We are going to be kicking things off with a little bit of a TvT. We're here on Babylon, over here in the bottom right-hand corner map. Spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner, we have a blue Terran player representing Planet Heroes, always flying high. He is Vindicta.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Babylon, we have his opponents. We have the green Terran player. It is bboyskate.
B-boy.
Go B-boy. Oh my god, and the bracket is pretty insane. It is pretty stacked with some big names that we should be familiar with from the ESL Open Cups.
Yeah, but also a couple of players who I never in a million years would have thought would have signed up for an online event.
Yeah, the biggest one has to be Maru. At the very top of the bracket, Maru is here. He has arrived. And I want to say that maybe he's played in some of the Alima leagues, like maybe the Invitational Alima leagues towards the end of its lifespan. But in a weekly sign-up tournament, it may be unheard of. Maru kind of making his debut here.
Yeah, a fresh face.
Yeah.
We don't know what to expect.
He's crazy. Oh god, so we got players like Mario, we got Gumiho, we got Creator, we got Cure, we got Beyond, Classic, Hero, Percival, Curry, Ryung. I can go on, of course, Vindicta. But there is something that all those names have in common, and there is something that is lacking. And that is that every player that I just named is either a Terran or a Protoss.
Yeah, we may or may not have a couple of Zerg players here or there, but yeah, they will mostly be under players who we didn't list, players who we're not too familiar with.
Yeah, true, there could be some amateur Zerg players, you're not wrong. There definitely could be, but I don't expect them to go far, unless they have like an alias on Challenge and really like they're, you know, like Armani or something like that. It's possible. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see.
It's been known to happen.
For sure.
Yeah. I remember way back in the day, you used to have Beyond signing up under the name of Speak Now. There have been some people who have been speculating that Dark has signed up under an alias, but yeah, that has not been confirmed here yet.
Yeah, I'm really curious because Dark is online. He is in-game, so either he missed check-ins or he actually is on the bracket as one of the... Because there's a couple of names that are just a bunch of letters. So potentially...
That's how you get around the barcode rule.
Yeah, there you go, Cap. So potentially one of those is Dark, so we'll have to wait and see if that's going to be the case. Before that happens, we do have, you know, our TvT before us as well. Vindicta, of course, the ex-CranKy Duckling player. He wasn't really actually going to play today, but, you know, in the chat, we just kind of forced him to.
We definitely, yeah. We mainlined the Monster Energy into his veins, kept him awake, and now he is here, showing us what he's got. And yeah, going up against another player who is also going to have to show us what he's got. Somebody who I don't think we're very familiar with, but It's a 3 racks.
Yeah, so this is kind of crazy. Vindicta went for a normal or I say standard, like a relatively safe opener overall. He's getting his 2 bases. He's getting to his 1-1, 1-on-1. Sorry, he's got his he's got his Cyclone out, getting into a Raven. It's kind of what we should expect here. But bboyskate, he's going for 1 base all in. I don't know if you realize, but he does not have a CC at all, mate.
None whatsoever, and this is a little unfortunate for Vindicta. He has not been able to, really get across the map just yet. Kind of keeping his units back home, pooling them together so he can get more of an effective scouting force. Now he's getting there, and it may be too late.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Vindicta, he hasn't gone into the main base. He was able to SCV scout earlier in the game, but he hasn't gone all the way in. He doesn't know how committed bboyskate is being right now. Until now, his Reapers are slipping into the main base, and he's gonna see all the production.
Yeah, he sees 2, at least 3 Raxes, a bunch of medevacs. He knows that at the very least there's a drop coming his way, but yeah, he should be able to confirm with these 3 Reapers that there is no natural base whatsoever. Thankfully for Vindicta, he did open up very, very safe with a with a factory expand. So he's got a lot of options when it comes to defense here.
Yeah, I mean, he's got tanks, he's got Ravens to disable the tanks of bboy as well, so even if he has a bit of a tank deficit, he can make up for that. Like, overall, Vindicta's build has been quite solid. bboyskate, again, is more of an amateur player, which is why I appreciate what he's doing, in these online weekly tournaments, like your Alima Leagues, like your Sparkling Tuna Cups. There are no kind of requirements to sign up, so it's not every day that you get to play against a pro player. And why not go for an all-in? Why not go for like some kind of crazy Hail Mary play?
Yeah, why not? At the very least, he'll be immortalized by being that one player who went for a 1 base all-in against Migs. Beautiful disables on top of these medevacs, and a great target fire on the 1 medevac that hasn't been disabled. Everything is gonna go down, I feel, for bboyskate, but that was a beautiful defense, as we were talking about. He's even dealing with these 2 Marines with SCVs, because, I mean, how much damage can 2 Marines without stim really do? A full-on counterattack is being sent for right now for Migs, and I don't see any way for bboyskate to defend anywhere near as crisp as Vindicta did.
Mate, I don't think I've ever seen a Doom Drop shut down that hard.
Yeah.
That was brutal. Only 2 Marines managed to unload. Only 2.
It's times like this where, I feel really unfortunate that that we had to let go of Migs a little bit. Now, we do have a couple of techs up on the ramp here for bboyskate, but Vikings are here, Ravens are here. I don't think Vindicta's going to have any trouble whatsoever. And at the very least, he's still containing bboyskate on 1 base.
He really is. And behind this, we already have a 3rd CC finished up for Vindicta. He can land that at any moment as well. We just see him slowly leapfrogging forward with his own tanks. bboyskate does have a pretty good tank count overall, but as you were saying, I don't know if there's a world where he can ever expand.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's ever intended to expand. But yeah, you're definitely right on that one. It's that difference between not wanting to expand and not being able to expand.
Yeah, exactly. As Vindicta does unsiege, and for a moment, we do see bboy just rushing on forward. He's going to be able to take down some of these tanks, forces the landing of the Vikings, but Vindicta is coming with some reinforcements. Oh my god, with landed Vikings. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how far ahead Vindicta is, and once again, I just don't see any way for bboyskate out of this. Vindicta's now camping all of the production. I kind of like the idea right now for bboyskate. He knows that Vindicta has had to stay up very, very late. He's on a lot of monster energy right now. Might as well tire him out, so that game number 2, maybe he has a little bit of a chance, but we will see. Game number 1, of course, goes to Vindicta.
There it is. GG. Again, kind of what we would expect, but we saw that bboyskate, you know, he's willing to play outside the norms of reality, you know, to go for a Giga 1 base all in that way, going for a Doom drop. And the Doom drop was well planned as well. I don't know if you remember, as we get into this, but I don't know if you remember that he was scanning the main base. He was trying to see where the main army of Vindicta was as well. He was trying to avoid it, trying to slip in when he could. So he was looking for that opening. It's just Vindicta is a very solid player, and it's difficult to catch him off guard.
Let me tell you, when I saw those disables on those medevacs, all those memories of my like lower league TvTs, every single time I died to a doom drop just came pouring back, and that was probably the most satisfying defense I've ever witnessed in a TvT.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you look at it and you're like, I wish I could do that, you know?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. So
yeah, but of course, but of course, a lot of that did have to do with the fact that Vindicta, I want to say, as much as he did kind of scout the 1 base all in late, by the time he did figure out what was going on, you know, he given himself plenty of time to react to the doom drop coming his way, and yeah, it was really just a matter of not misclicking in that sense.
Yeah, pretty much, you know.
Very well scouted.
Yeah. Kind of like testing the skills there of Vindicta a little bit, you know, making sure that he is as good as we expect him to be. But we'll see how this all kind of unfolds here. We're getting into game number 2, and you know, my eyes are on bboyskate. You know, what does he have planned for us? What's he gonna do differently?
Oh. But we shall see. Everybody, we are going to be continuing our best of 3 series now on Dragon Scales LE. We're in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner. We, of course, have our blue Terran player coming down from the land of America. He is, of course, going to be representing Platinum Heroes. Everyone, get on your knees for Migs to please.
Oh my god.
I don't think I ever got to cast Vindicta with his copy passer before.
True, yeah. I don't think it ever lined up. Smooch, Papi. But spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Dragon Scales LE, we have his opponent, the green Terran player. It is bboyskate. Getting proxy 2 racks.
Hell yeah.
Yo, Vindicta,
makes us mad.
He saw the bracket, he saw that Cure is waiting for the winner of this series, and he wants him, Papi. He wants to just get into that TvT as soon as possible.
Oh, yeah. We could just really tell, you know, he was popping up for a little bit in chat. He was saying, you know, you made me stay up all the way till 7 p.m. to play in this. And it's like, fine, I'll do it, Poppies. Once he saw that Cure was his second round opponent, everything changed. His entire tune shifted. He's like, yo, I can do this. I gotta do this.
I mean, it's one of those things where Vindicta, he has godlike TvT, and we have casted him beat players like Bjorn before in a best of 3. A couple of days ago in ESL Americas, he went to the ace match against Gumiho, so like Vindicta, he can go toe-to-toe with the best of them. I wouldn't say he's the favorite against, you know, Bjorn, Gumiho, and Cure, but you know, on a good day he can take a series, and right now here he is warming up for his TvT. He slips in with his first Reaper, is going to be able to force a delay on the factory, and already things are looking a little bit dicey here for bboy.
He's camping the production. Yeah. He can legitimately camp the production with 1 Reaper right now.
Pretty much, mate. Here we go. The rest of the Reapers are rocking up as well. bboy, typically to defend against this, you do need to pull some SCVs. You do need to try and have a buffer zone for your own Marines as well, but you need to finish this factory. You need a Hellion. Without it, there's just no way.
Yeah, pulling SCVs and you're utilizing Marines, all you're doing there is buying time for your Hellions. Migs is well aware of that. He's making sure that this factory can never be completed, because that's really the only unit that can stop him right now is the Hellion.
Exactly, and he knows that as long as that never comes out, then all he has to do is micro. As long as he doesn't get surrounded, as long as he doesn't slip up here, he should be able to win the game with pure Reapers, and that is exactly what is happening.
Yo. 19 SCVs have gone down to Reapers, and GG is called in the end. Vindicta will be taking the series 2-0, going on to face Cure. There we go, face Cure in round 2. That was a clean 2 games here from Vindicta.
GG, well played to Vindicta, you know, for advancing on to the next round. But I want to give a massive shout out to bboyskate because he is a new player to the overall competitive scene. You know, if you check his challenge, I think this may even be his first weekly sign-up period. He just wants to be a part of this. He wants to be a part of the community. He wants to be a part of StarCraft history with the very first KSL. And he could even learn from this as well. You know, it was a TvT, so if he wants to, he can look at the replays, he can look at Vindicta's build and try and emulate that himself. There's definitely plenty to gain from this experience.
Yeah, definitely, particularly in that game. Number 1, I think it's probably one of the most standard openings you can really get nowadays in a TvT. bboyskate, I mean, like you were saying, bboyskate as well in that game number 1 did plan out the 1 base all in pretty well. It's just kind of rough that he did have to go up against somebody on the caliber of Vindicta this early on. It just have it get shut down so quickly. But yeah, again, like you were saying, could be things to glean from that replay. Could be a thing or two to learn from there.
Definitely. And it's also one of those things where, because of how stacked this bracket is, I mean, you're gonna hit someone big.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's Vindicta, whether it's one of the Koreans, or whether it's Ruichi, like there are just so many of these pro players and amateurs sprinkled in. But it would be really difficult to avoid them if that was your plan, if that was your hope. Speaking of amateurs, shout out to Sando and Frost, 2 people that are in the chat who also signed up today and are participating.